This is our current situation this morning. Today is Friday, May 3rd, 2024. It's approximately 8:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time here in Southeast Texas. And we're having a lot of lightning and thunder. This is the last thunderstorm that's going to be coming through.
We hope. It's been saying that since the middle of the night. They kept saying it's going to end at 7, then it's going to end at 8. Now it's 8:30 and it's still like this.
Okay, well,
it hasn't stopped.
The radar shows this is the last one. But north of us, it's just nothing. So this is our current situation.
Let's pray.
Good morning, everyone. As I said earlier, today it's Friday morning. It is 8:45 a.m., May 3rd. And the situation here is
bleak.
It's not well. Most of the roads into Plum Grove are flooded. We think there is one exception though. However, we're waiting for most of the storm to pass because we don't know if it's open. That's what we're...
So to come into Plum Grove, the main entrance, the main way in, if the river rises up too high, it comes across behind these people's property and then it closes off the entrance, I guess, to the Cleveland side. The Cleveland side is closed off from the river if the river comes too high, and that's closed off now because of the river. There's a back way in, if you want to call it the 99 or the Huffman side, that you can get in that the river doesn't really affect, but the rainwater will affect it. So if the ditches get too full, that is closed because of just high water due to rain, not river. So what I was hoping for this morning was that Bennett and I could get in there and Elijah to help GM Pop prepare through the Huffman side. I can take 59 to the 99 and then come in around the back way because that's not affected by the river, but it is affected by rain. And it was supposed to quit raining this morning at 7 a.m. However, it has not. It's still raining. It's now 8:45. And it has just been dropping buckets and buckets all day. We've been watching the news, and it's just, it's a steadily, nonstop band after band after band of horrible red cells.
So I looked at the radar right before we came on here, and for us, this is really supposed to be the last one. If you look at behind the system, there's nothing behind the system that's out here right now. It's 8:45 right now. I think we're planning on leaving at 9:30, maybe 10.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah. So
if the rain stops, the rain will stop. Give it an hour. Most of the rainwater will recede.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to leave here in about an hour. Maybe a little more, depending on what happens.
I've been on the phone with my sister, and I spoke with my mom and
Kim, by the way.
My sister Kim.
Yeah,
it's the only sister I have. My dad called me early this morning around 6:30. It was a text from Lester coming in. What does it say?
Were you guys able to?
Lester just texted us, so let me answer this text real fast.
Were you guys able to get out and get mom and dad's?
No.
I'm just curious. Do you think?
Okay, I'm just going to text Lester. Y'all can just listen to my text back to Lester, so I'm going to text him now. No, comma. Dad called this morning and said the river had come up higher than they expected overnight, and there was no way to get in from the Cleveland direction, period. The 99 is unable to enter this way right now because of rainwater being too high. So at this moment, there is no way in. Which is what I just can't stop with my, I just got like this knot right here in my throat that at any moment I could just fall to this couch and bury my head and cry. Because when my dad called this morning, he said, Tina, y'all can't come because every expectation was that me and the boys would be over there first thing this morning. To help move things, because I was with my mom during 94 and 2017. So I've been there for the prep.
Hold on.
Well, not 2017. Robert and I had already left.
No, I was there in 2017.
He was there. Robert and I were already left. And okay, so Bennett has the PTSD. I was there for the cleanup though, right?
Yes, I'm just saying the morning
morning we were not there.
You were there
right.
for every second of 1984. I was there.
Yes.
In Harvey, I saw the rainfall and I saw the water come up, and Papa and I, along with I think Daniel came and helped us.
But we didn't think it was going to get that bad, and then it got bad really fast. So that the expectations is very different in 2017 than it is now. Now we know what to prepare for. So my sister's there, and my dad's like, I don't think you can get in. The roads are closed already this morning. He told me it's like 6 o'clock when he called me. And then I spoke with Kim a little while ago, and she said that they have moved everything that they can get up high, upstairs, or they got it on blocks, and it's just been moved. Tony is steadily chewing on my finger, and it hurts. Stop, Tony, please stop. Okay, put it down.
Okay, so right now we think there's one entrance that might be open.
Well, if it stops raining.
According to Google Maps, there's one entrance that's probably open.
If it stops raining. I will not drive over in water that I cannot see the ground, because I have witnessed too many road washouts.
A woman in College Station literally drove into a creek because she thought it was a driveway.
Well, I know where the roads are at, but don't forget there's a road washed out in Plum Grove right now because of rushing water. It's still not been fixed. So I know not to drive. I'm not going to drive over water that I cannot see the road below it. If I can see the lines on the road, I might try it. But if I cannot, I will not. Even in my truck, I will not drive in it, because you don't know where road has washed out and you drive off into a ravine, and then there you are stuck with your family or whatever. It's not worth it.
Still sitting water you can drive through as long as you can see the bottom. But
if you can see the bottom.
Even rushing water that's shallow can sweep you off.
That's true. I don't like rushing water, period. But I won't drive over still water if I can't see the bottom.
Yeah, turn around, don't drown.
It's just been so hard, guys, so hard, because I told you this yesterday. You want to be there to help your parents. You want to. My parents are old now. 1994, 30 years ago, my dad was a young man and like a bull. He could do all things, and my mom too. In 2017. 8 years ago, it was still, they were in
a
little better than they are now. And my dad just had hand surgery, so how much can he even use his hands? His knee is bad. He hurt his back not very long ago, and he's been having some back aches. So it just makes me just want to fall to my knees and just say, God, cover my parents, cover my parents.
They're gonna be fine. It's just,
they're going to be fine.
How much, there's just how much in the house can we salvage?
How much can you salvage, and how much can a person take, quite honestly? Like, how much can you take?
I mean, when we think about it, just last week we were sitting there, us here, we're sitting watching people in the Midwest, get their homes like blown off from tornadoes.
Yeah. I mean,
all the time we see people in wildfires.
It seems like when it's happening to you or to a loved one, the world just stops. But it is, you're right. We've gotten that, you get so used to seeing horrible things that you just kind of like, oh, it's happening to somebody else. You don't really think about it. You're like, oh, well, those sad people, poor people. But you don't really think about the moment and how moment to moment devastating it can be.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else.
Gigi just said to me on the phone this morning, I said, Mom, let me come get you and you can come to my house. And she said, I can't bring my dogs. And I said, yes, you can bring your dogs. I have a dog. And she said, well, that puppy. And I said, well, I have a puppy. And she said, your puppy's so calm compared to mine. But look at Tony. He has not quit biting my hand yet. I'm like his chew toy. And I don't know what to do about this, but you guys, he's got double teeth on the bottom. Okay, I'm trying to show your teeth. You've got double teeth on one side. A baby canine didn't come out. So now he's got to see the dentist.
So basically the whole situation right now, there is actually, I guess, some good news. So when last time y'all saw me, about 24 hours ago, yesterday morning, I posted my update, and the update was that the river was going to crest at 78 feet Saturday morning around 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's gone down a little bit. The new prediction is that 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, so about 23 hours, the river in Plum Grove is going to crest at 76.6 feet.
So a foot and a half better.
It's gone down a foot and a half, which is,
It's better.
It's nice. It's way better. So it's rising quickly, but it's just not going to get as high as we thought it was going to get.
I mean, it's going to get in the house.
Yeah, it's
Think
Harvey.
about 74, 75 feet puts it in the house.
Because 1994 was 76.0, according to
It was a foot in the house.
according to these records. So 75 feet would mean the
It's
river.
going to come in the front door.
That's right at Gigi and Papa's front door. And then any higher, it's going to get.
I mean,
in the
even
house.
an inch, it's in your house.
Yeah.
I mean, an inch is better than a foot.
Yes. Wait. The only problem is just your floors. You don't have to worry about your walls.
They got concrete floors, so they're safe with that. I mean, and I did tell Kim when I was talking to her on the phone earlier, I said, take the carpet out, because in 1994, we took the carpet out because we knew the river was coming. Once the river started getting up on the porch and hitting that front door, my dad started cutting the carpet out, because dry carpet is much easier to remove than wet carpet. Because in 2017, we were trying to scrape up wet carpet, and it was terrible. So I told Kim, I said, you got to get the carpet out. And she's like, we didn't think about the carpet. And I said, yes, because I was there in 94. We took out dry carpet. In 2017, it took all of us, grown men, trying to pull that wet, soggy, sandy carpet out of the house.
Well, thankfully, G doesn't have
A lot of carpet, yeah.
She doesn't have padded carpet either. It's just like thin carpet.
She did have padding at one time.
Yeah, before Harvey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That was horrible to remove. So
Yeah, she had that beige carpet.
look at the 99 at St. Jacinto. We're watching the news. I'll show you guys. That's the St. Jacinto River right there.
Not the one in Plum Grove. That's the West Fork.
That's the main river. The West Fork, that's the West Fork. The East Fork falls into that one.
Yeah, in Lake Houston.
But that is the 99. Bennett and I have been watching the news all morning, just trying to stay on top of everything.
Yeah. If you're familiar with the Houston area, that's more towards like the Shenandoah Woodlands area, which is
Yeah, the
where
Woodlands.
for those familiar with the city of Houston.
But Robert went to work today, you guys. And I told him he was a fool when he left the house. I said, I love you so much, but you're a fool to leave this house. And he made it fine. He made it fine because
South Houston isn't affected.
or even, well, he works downtown Houston, but there's no issues in Houston. Everything is north of Houston. So once he found a way to get to the highway to 59 that runs into downtown, he was fine. And he's like, I had to take one extra turn. That was it. And he said, other than that, everything was fine for me. He had no water. And Robert has a Honda, and he will not drive through high water.
Yeah, it's like mine. It's only 6 inches.
He loves that car. Anyway, so he said there was no water for him. Everything was fine. So he is in Houston. So Houston's not affected by any of this. It's everything north of Houston, the north cities, which we are.
People in like Pearland or Sugarland, they're in their own little bubble.
Yeah.
They have no idea what's happening. Harvey.
They might have some rain.
Well, if they didn't.
Some street flooding, but not like what we're dealing with right now.
This reminds me very much of. So in the spring of 2016 we had two floods. We had April 2016 called the Tax Day flood that mostly affected Houston, but it also affected us, up here north of Houston. And then
No, stop.
around Memorial Day of 2016 we had another flood that almost exclusively affected us here on the northern side of Houston and didn't really affect downtown Houston at all. So this reminds me a lot of the May 2016 flood, which is also May 2024, so almost eight years ago, where the rainwater almost exclusively affected us north of Houston. So that's kind of strange. It's very similar.
It's just scary.
Yeah, but Harvey affected like everything because you had this big hurricane that came in that hit the Corpus Christi area, and then it went north. And
So it came across Houston, and then
you had these two high pressure.
everybody was affected.
You had the two high pressure systems that forced it just sit because it was sitting over Houston, but it was also gaining enough moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. So Harvey was a perfect hellstorm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What else?
I guess the storm's dying down. You can hear, I don't know if y'all can hear the thunder, but the storm is dying down. It's gonna get out of here.
It
And
looks a little better,
it's 9 o'clock right now, so we can probably be out here by 10, hopefully.
hopefully.
And we'll have to see what happens. So we're gonna leave and head to Plum Grove, see what we can do, because we want to at least see if we can figure things out.
Yeah, we just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know from our perspective, we're just sitting here praying. That's all we can do is sit here and pray.
Because in the last 2 floods, one of us was there during the flooding. In 1994, you were there. In 2017, I was there during the flooding. So we think in order for things to go smoothly, at least one of us needs to be there. Without us, it's going to go to hell up there.
Be quiet. Don't say that.
Come on, you know it's true.
Don't say that.
Without us, you know.
I don't want you to say that. Anyway.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope y'all, as I said yesterday, keep us in your prayers. Thank you for joining another episode of. Thank you for joining us today. Tune in tomorrow. We're gonna have another day tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. Tune in tomorrow. Anyway, so I don't know.
Do I introduce myself?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm Tina, Bennett's mother.
Yeah.
And I'm Tina, living off the hill.
Yeah. Well, Tina and Rob live the hill, because some people might not know you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm Bennett's mom, Tina.
And
And we're Tina and Rob, his dad, living off the hill. This is Tony Soprano, our little boss.
Yeah, so other than that, as I said,
Dustin, my son Dustin just texted me now. Everybody's just texting and letting us know everything, so.
What do you say?
He said he did not go to work. I asked him earlier, did you try to get to work? And he said, I did not go to work. So he's smarter than his father.
All right.
Bye, you guys.
We're going to try to cut this out. All right, so, or let it go. Because we got to get
Just
ready.
say goodbye.
All right, thank you for tuning in another day life and others have been. Tune in tomorrow for another update. Thank you.
Bye.